Former Vice President Joe Biden named the president-elect. How people at home and around the world are reacting. Good evening, I'm Brian Wilk. A celebration for Joe Biden being named the president-elect taking place in Perry Square today. Fox 66 News is your local election headquarters. People holding signs and waving flags supporting the former vice president. One supporter saying his victory means a lot, not only to him, but the entire Erie community.
More of a feeling of success and pride, especially within all our minorities and our community. And we're such a great community, and we need to show more of our thanks and appreciation for what he's done for all of us.
Local Trump supporters gathered outside the Erie County Courthouse this afternoon. Chelsea Swift tells us some are demanding a recount of votes.
Well, because Trump was way ahead and all of a sudden everything stopped and now he's way behind.
Trump supporter Vince Razzone says he wants the election outcome to be fair.
I don't have a problem if Biden wins as long as it's fair. As long as they have a fair election and everything is above board. They're going to take all these ballots that aren't even supposed to be counted and count them. It's wrong.
And another Trump supporter says he's concerned for the future of Pennsylvania jobs.
The reason why I'm here is because I used to work a lot in oil and gas fields, and Biden's already said that they're gonna shut them down.
And one Trump supporter says she's concerned not only for the counting of votes, but the future of the country.
I originally was a Democrat, registered initially when I became an adult as a Democrat, and have since changed over to Republican because of what Trump has done for our country, all people in our country.
Sherrison adding she agrees with Trump's policies, including his pro-life stance.
He's all for legal immigration, which I am too. Legal immigration is very important to our country. He protected our military. He protects our police. He doesn't want defunding of the police. We need law and order in our country.
Chelsea Swift, Fox 66 News.
Republican U.S. Representative Mike Kelly released this statement today. In our representative republic, it is not the media who declares the winner of elections. Right now, the Trump campaign is engaged in several court cases to determine the integrity of the vote in multiple states. None of those states have officially certified their vote counts, and investigations into voting irregularities are ongoing. The winner of the election will be determined by the law, not media projections. President-elect Joe Biden already drawing support from leaders around the world hours after passing that 270 electoral vote mark. Fox News correspondent Kitty Logan has the story.
America has decided and entrusted its future to one man.
The news of former Vice President Joe Biden's victory was quickly welcomed around the world. Some of America's strongest allies are celebrating the win, hoping Biden's administration will be a fresh start.
Great buzz around. So finally Joe Biden will be the president.
Several world leaders seem optimistic that Biden will increase US involvement in international climate change efforts. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson sent his congratulations via Twitter, saying, quote, "The US is our most important ally, and I look forward to working closely together on shared priorities from climate change to trade and security." Biden has promised to rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement, which aims to limit global warming. The Trump administration officially dropped out of the accord on Wednesday.
One of the first things that Biden will do is to try to stop all the recent laws Trump tried to pass recently. Rejoining the Paris Agreement is already a good thing for the planet. It's worth it, if only for this.
Others, though, are cautious about what to expect from a new administration.
Maybe he won't turn everything around, but maybe he can work towards a more normal relationship with Europe and Germany, with NATO. That I believe he'll do.
Joe Biden says he's also prepared to rejoin the Iran nuclear deal, which the US withdrew from in 2018. In London, Kitty Logan, Fox News.
For all your election news anytime, you can go to our website, yourerie.com. A garage is destroyed by fire this afternoon. According to Erie County 911, calls for the fire went out around 1:30 today in the 3000 block of West 38th Street. Several fire departments were on scene battling the fully engulfed garage. No injuries were reported. The cause of the fire is unknown at this time. Erie County continues to see double-digit numbers of COVID-19 cases today, with 49 cases reported by the Department of Health. 2,542 people have been confirmed with the virus since March. 55 people have now died as a result of COVID-19. Elsewhere across the Commonwealth, the Pennsylvania Department of Health reporting 4,035 new COVID-19 cases. The statewide total now stands at over 227,000. There were a total of 41 new deaths reported. The death toll from COVID-19 in the state now stands at 9,015. Crawford County reporting 703 cases. Increase of 16. Warren County reporting 83 cases, up 1. Chautauqua County is reporting 1,165 cases, that's up 13. And Ashtabula County is reporting 1,085 cases, that's an increase of 48. The White House Chief of Staff tested positive for the coronavirus. A White House official told Fox News that Mark Meadows is the latest White House staffer to be diagnosed with COVID-19. At least 4 other White House aides are reported to have the virus as well. Footage from the president's election night address shows Meadows leaving the East Room without a mask ahead of Donald Trump Jr. He was also seen greeting fellow guests and staffers. Meadows was also with the president during his final campaign swing before the election day. The White House is expected to conduct contact tracing to determine who may have had contact with Meadows. And Craig has a final look at the forecast, or actually a first look at the forecast. That's coming up after the break.